From Nelson Stadium in Burlington, Ontario, it's West versus East as Cablenet Sports presents the Canadian Junior Football Championship. It's the Western champions, Kelowna Okanagan Sun, versus the Eastern champs, the Burlington Ticats. Today, one of these two teams will capture the Armadale Cup, symbolic of the Canadian Junior Football League supremacy. Hello, everybody. I'm Don McMillan, along with Clint O'Neill. Perfect weather conditions and very good field conditions today for this Junior Canadian Championship. And, Clint, you couldn't ask for anything better for November.
Well, definitely not. It's a little bit of wind today. It's expected to pick up a little bit, mind you. The lights are on. It's a little bit of a gray day, but a perfect day for November football.
Yesterday, there was a high school championship game here, and the field really didn't get torn up at all. It's in great shape.
Well, credit to the Burlington Association for putting together the field. It's in fantastic condition. Teams should have no problems on the field today.
I think when going into this game, the Okanagan Sun have to be the favorites. They went through, they're undefeated. They had a 7-0-1 record. They cruised through the Western Championships, finally beat Saskatoon 35-21 in the Western Final. As for the Burlington Ticats, it's not quite the same.
No, definitely not. They were favored to finish first in the league this season. Mind you, they finished 4-4, so a little bit of mediocrity right there, but they're here right now. They cruised to victory over the AKO Fratman from Windsor in their first round of the playoffs, which was a big, stunning upset. Windsor favored to go to the championship right now, and they beat London, and they're here right now in the Canadian Championship. So,
well, I think if you look at the stats, one of the big stats that sticks right out is the fact that the Sun scored 293 points, gave up only 119 during the regular season. As for the Ticats, they gave up 161 points, an average of 20 in 8 games, but they've only given up 13 since the playoffs began.
As I said, a little bit of mediocrity on the defense, pardon me, and but they've tightened things up in the playoffs, and that's when you got to be good. And they're here, and the defense looks strong. So.
Well, there's a lot of excitement here at Nelson Stadium. The crowd is starting to come in. The teams are warming up, and we'll be back with the player introductions in just a moment. Well, we just had the ceremonial coin toss at center field, and the Burlington Ticats have won the coin toss and have elected to kick off to begin this game. The players have yet to be introduced, but will be shortly, and here come the Okanagan Sun now. They will be in their predominant white uniforms with the orange piping and the orange helmets, and the Burlington Ticats will be in those familiar Ticat uniforms that a lot of us have gotten to know over the years. Apropos the Hamilton Tiger Cats, and the weather continues to be just perfect here, and the crowd enthusiastic. Tremendous roar went up when the Ticats came on the field. The captains came on the field for the coin toss, and here come the rest of the Ticats now. And Clint, if home crowd can mean anything, it's going to help the Ticats, and they're going to need a lot of help today, I think.
That's one thing that was definitely overlooked, the fact that these guys are at home playing in the Canadian Championships, and my, that's a big asset right there for the Burlington Junior Tiger Cats.
Well, they're high. You can see as they come out. They are just about the 35-yard line and jumping up and down, and it's a tremendous day. And one of the opportunities we can have right now, as this game, of course, is also being seen in Western Canada, is to let them know a little bit about where we are. But what we're going to do right now is, first, let's listen to the opening ceremonies.
We would like to thank Football Canada and Armadale Communications for their work in putting on this game and supporting junior football. Now we'd like to do the team introductions. We're going to do the graduating players, starting with the Western Canadian champion, Kelowna Okanagan Sun. The graduating players starting with number 14, Rick Holmes. Number 20, Troy Grado. Number 21, Spencer McLennan. Number 32, Mike Marasco. Number 51, Greg Shane. Number 56, Ken Perry. Number 60, Connor McCoy. Number 62, Frank Cohen. Number 72, Roy Minnow. Number 74, Tom Wixon. And number 78, Corey Lang. Followed by their coach, Lauren Nagy, and the rest of the Okanagan Sun.
Well, what you just saw introduced there for the Okanagan Sun, Clint, were the players who are playing in their last game and junior football for the Okanagan Sun, and what a tribute it is for them and for their coaching staff to introduce them and on their final day. Some of them are not going to be starting, but it's certainly a tribute to them to be a part of this championship today.
Tell me, wouldn't it be nice to finish your football career with a Canadian championship?
From the Eastern Canadian champion, Burlington Junior Tiger Cats.
And they're doing the same thing with the Ticats.
Number 17, Brian Mazer. Number 21, Greg Batchelor. Number 26, Peter Georgioff.
Well, the players aren't going out. There goes Georgioff now, number 26, at least he
Number
started
38,
to.
Brian Dixon. Number 56, Bruce Thornton. Number 70, Paul Busatil. 75, Pat Caruso. Number 78, Mark High. And number 80, Curtis Bell. Followed by their head coach, Doug Trimble, and the rest of the Burlington Junior Tiger Cats.
Well, obviously, the Ticats played chose not to go out onto the field for the introductions. But there they are there on this side of the field, the Okanagan Sun on the far side of the field, the officials for today's game.
I'd like to introduce the officials.
Well, you're going to hear it from him rather than from me.
Number 3 is Bob Dork from Vancouver.
Bob Doig out of
The
Vancouver,
line
the
umpire,
referee.
John Cabot from Ottawa. The back umpires, Jamie Kramer from Winnipeg and Don Kent from Regina. The head linesman is Ron Paluzzi from Quebec, and the field judge is Chris Moran from Windsor.
So there you heard the officials. One out of Quebec, one from Manitoba, two from Ontario, one from the Prairies, and one from British Columbia.
Starting with the president of the Junior Tiger Cats, Romeo Kosmersky. The president of the Okanagan Sun, Barry Urnett. The president of the Ontario Football Conference, Paul Bartle. And the president of British Columbia Junior Football League, Ron White.
Well, you can't help but get the feeling this is the true Canadian championship because there's an awful lot of, well, there's a lot of nervousness. You can feel the tension here.
Definitely. I mean, the fans are out
Now I'd
here.
like to
Not
introduce
single
the
factor, the
participants
fans.
for
That
the
does a lot to the
ceremonial
players.
kickoff. First, our mayor, Rolly Bird, will be the kicker. Bill Kepling, member of Parliament for Burlington, will receive the kickoff. And Peter Sawchuk, the Canadian Junior Football League Commissioner, will be the holder.
Come on now, boys. Come on now.
Well, what they're doing now is that they have taken some of the politicians, the local mayor and others out onto the field to perform the ceremonial kickoff. And there we are, and they're out there in the middle of the field. And it is going to be the mayor of Burlington, Rolly Bird, as he...
35 yards.
Not a bad kick.
That's a new
Against
record.
I was going to say against the wind, but I think the wind really, as we sit right now, the wind is blowing almost directly across the field. It may affect the field goal kickers, but it's really not going to affect anything else.
If you take a look at Mr. Bird, the mayor of Burlington, he's got his, he's prepared with his shoes. He's not wearing the leather loafers as usual, but I'm sure, but he's got the running shoes on.
Well, we're going to have a group of men going to be singing the national anthem for us in just a moment. And then a lot of people seem to be having a good time.
Well, it's Canadian Championships, as we said earlier.
Oh, we talked with the head coach of Burlington just before the game, Doug Trimble, and we didn't talk specifically about the game, but he did say that it's been a great 2 weeks. It's been a great amount of fun.
Which will be sung by the Burlington Barbershoppers.
Well, they're the Burlington Barbershoppers right there, and this is O Canada. Shoppers with the national anthem and the Canadian Junior Football Championships are about to get underway. The Burlington Junior Ticats will be kicking to the Okanagan Sun. And I was going to say before the game started that it might be a nice idea to tell our Western viewers exactly where Burlington is, because a lot of them probably don't know. City of about 120,000, 35 miles west of Toronto, but in reality it is actually a bedroom suburb of the city of Hamilton. As for the Okanagan Sun out of Kelowna, Kelowna some 300 miles east of Vancouver on Lake Okanagan in the Okanagan Valley. So now that we've had our history and geography lessons and so on, we can get ready for this football game, and we do say a special hello to our friends in Western Canada. The Ticats will kick off. It will be
number 18, Don Murdoch, will be kicking off for Burlington.
Murdoch, number 18, to kick off. And deep for the Sun. Number 21 on the left-hand side is Morasco.
Receiving for the Okanagan Sun.
Let's go, Shuey! Let's go, Shuey!
Dave Peachler is also deep, as you see on the left side there for the Sun.
And the 1988 Canadian Junior Football Championship is about to get underway at Nelson Stadium in Burlington, Ontario. Just waiting for the referee to say go, and here it is. Long, deep kick. Dropped and then picked up again and trying to get away is Morasco, number 21.
Spencer McLennan with the ball.
That's actually McLennan, number 21.
Dan Villeneuve for Burlington was in there on the tackle. Almost a saving tackle there as the returner for Kelowna almost took it a good little distance there. Good field position for BC right now.
They will take over the ball now, 1st and 10, and let's set up their offense. The quarterback is Shane Breeston, number 12. In the backfield, Mike Morasco, number 32. Greg Nagy, number 34. And Breeston, he's going to throw on his first ball, and he's going to throw deep and wide open. Number 78 is Corey Long, and he finally goes down, he fumbles. And the ball is recovered by number 37 for the Burlington Ticats, Bruce Dixon.
A fantastic aerial bomb thrown downfield, but the hit was a little bit too much there. And number 37 for Burlington, that's Bruce Dixon. He came up with the ball. We'll take a look at it.
From the end zone, beautiful long throw, laying right under it, but he drops the ball, and it was picked up by Dixon. And so the first break goes to the Ticats. Beautiful pass, though, we've heard an awful lot about him.
Burlington takes the ball over at their own 31-yard line, and as I said, early breaks.
Over the ball now at center. Nazif Walji. trying to break to the outside. He throws it, and he just about throws it away. It was almost intercepted. And we got the impression at the beginning of this game that we were going to see Walshy maybe running for his life. The front three for the Sun, number 65, J.B. Bennett, 72 is Roy Mino, 75, Darcy Kilba. On the line backing, number 56, Ken Perry, 41 is Peter White. Greg Shane wears number 51, he's in the middle. And Cal Nestle, number 52.
Maybe a little bit of an indication of what this game's going to be all about. Both teams coming out throwing the aerials. Burlington attempting to throw there.
Bannatyne, 73. Paul St. Pierre, 13. Left defensively deep for the Sun. Spencer McLennan, 21. He was the one who returned to kickoff. He is the safety. And Darren Jones, 22. Cliff Ward, 42. On the right-hand side defensively for the Sun. It'll be a 3-down ball, and it'll be first and 10. For second and 10, rather. And the ball on the Burlington 31-yard line. Going back to pass once again, trying to look to the outside. Chased by Kilba, and he goes down as Kilba takes Walshy down. We talked about the front four, and already there's something going on. Number 63 for Burlington is Jamie Lalonde. He's 6'8" and 310 pounds.
Number 75 for the Sun, Kilba, barring holding, just could not be contained at all there.
It's going to be third and a bushel.
Loss of 17 on the play.
Loss of 17, so it'll be third and 27. And so it will be. Andrew Rawls back to punt, and again, the wind blowing almost across the field, not a factor here early in the first quarter. Having problems with the clock here, and we don't know what the timing is. The clock is not running. Rawls at his end zone. Kicks, a good kick. And it is picked up by McLennan. He fumbles the ball, and he is taken down on a good defensive play there by number
37. That's Bruce Dixon again.
Interestingly enough about Bruce Dixon, he played for Simon Fraser in 1987. People in the West would be interested in knowing that. There's a flag down on the play. It's objectionable conduct. Let's wait and see.
We have an unsportsmanlike conduct against Burlington.
Neither of their teams could afford any of those kind of penalties on this afternoon.
So Simon Fraser, the Okanagan Sun take over the ball now, first and 10. They'll be on the Ticats 45-yard line. Shane Brisden, the quarterback. Morasco, Nagy, Muirhead, and Hodgson wide outs. And this is Morasco, who gets about a yard.
Number 32, Mike Morasco.
Mike Capiello, number 54 for the Ticats, in on the tackle. Wasn't fooled at all.
Mike Capiello in on the tackle.
Capiello is the middle linebacker. The Ticats set up with a 4-4-4. Steve Torelli, Vince Valvino, Pat Caruso, and Paul Korenix are the front four. And here goes Brisden back to pass. Looks and fires, and wide open and caught out there. Once again, the pass complete to Corey Lang.
For first down.
Lang caught 11 passes in the victory that they had over Saskatchewan.
That's a fantastic day.
Over Saskatoon. Again, the clock not operating. First down now, the ball in about the 27-yard line. Be first and 10. Over the ball, the center is Jeff Ketter. McCoy and Graham are the guards. Foles and Finley the tackles. And there's a flag and a play, and it appears that the Sun moved.
Flags all over the place.
I guess it must be right. There are at least three of them. There's four of them on the field. Procedure against the Sun, and so they'll be moved back 5, and it'll be first and 15. An opportunity now to set up the rest of the offense. The wide receivers, Wixon, number 74, and Corey Lang, 78. I've already heard about him. Muirhead, number 10, and Hodgson, number 17, are in the slots. And we already mentioned Morasco and Nagy. Defensively, linebackers for the Ticats, Rod Taylor, said 49, 54 is Capiello, 73 is Joe Pellegrino, and Brian Dixon is 38. Deep, Corey Delaney, Sean Keating, Bruce Dixon, and Curtis Bell. And Bell will be going both ways. It's now first and 15 as Brisden. A little dump pass over the center, and it was knocked down.
Back to pass. The ball tipped.
was intended out there
By
for number 20, Troy Grado.
A little surprising this afternoon with a little bit of the wind there. Quarterback Bresden showing he wants to put the ball up in the air, and he's done that on every one but one play.
Muirhead coming back in. Obviously the messenger boy this afternoon for Bresden. Bresden had just a tremendous completion percentage during the season. 107 out of 183. There he goes back again. Up the middle, and it is dropped. It was almost complete. A fine chance or a fine opportunity there once again for Grado. He had his hands on it. He almost caught it, but then he dropped it. And there you see him there, number 20. Just heading off the field is Troy Grado. Let's watch it again now. Let's follow the bouncing ball here. There it is right there. Grado gets it and almost came up with it, but was knocked loose of the ball. So now it'll be third down.
Perfectly thrown, though. You know what they say, you get your hands on the ball.
Rick Holmes to do the punting. He's actually going to try a field goal. It'll be a field goal of about 38 yards. Again, no wind. The ball is down. It's going to be well short. It's going to land about the 11-yard line. It's picked up. Number 27 is Delaney. Delaney trying to get outside. He gets around the corner, and there's a block, and Delaney with no flag. The only one to get him is Graham, and Delaney is forced out of bounds by Graham.
Fantastic return. The blocking was there. Did you see the little bit of a celebration there?
Corey Delaney is Ontario Football Conference OFC All-Star. Is only 17 years old.
Delaney showing a little bit of his speed down the sidelines there. Only the punter Holmes was the last guy there to catch him.
Sometimes the coverage on the field goal. Let's watch it now. Watch him get outside. He fumbled the ball on about the 10.
And that's what might have helped him out is he gets the blocking.
Just gets around the corner. Official's getting out of the way. Here he comes. Watch the block right there. And, you know, I think that he might have gone all the way if he hadn't tried to, because Graham really didn't have the angle on him. Going straight ahead now. This is Orville Lee, or Orville Dixon rather. And he fumbles the ball, and once again, the ball changes hands, so that's a fumble each.
And oh my, the turnovers here playing an important part. Just when you think Burlington might get a little bit of momentum here on that return.
We were watching the replay. Orville Dixon took the ball, and he fumbled it, and the ball recovered by the Okanagan Sun.
And Don, it's a little bit obvious that nerves are playing a very important part in this first quarter right now. As you've seen, the ball's been dropped. We've seen a couple drop passes, and you know, credit to the players. They've got a lot on the line right now, but these balls have to be caught.
The Sun now over the ball at center. Keeter, the center. Shane Bresden, number 12. This is Marasco trying to get outside. Stopped. Actually, let's wait and see if it actually is number 20, Grado.
Tackle by number 54, Mike Capiello.
Glenn Nagy, I heard that Capiello made the stop again. There's a flag in the play. Roughing against the Burlington Ticats.
Well, the Tiger Cats are going to have to settle down a little bit. That's two of them this afternoon as far as the necessary conduct goes, and that does nothing but give the Sun good field position. They were deep down, and now they have a little bit of breathing room.
See if we can pick up the backfield. First down now. The ball, the down markers are on this side of the field. Makes it a little difficult for us to find them when they're on the near side. Bresden now, straight ahead, Grado. He is Mike
Capiello in on the tackle, read that beautifully. He was untouched. Capiello, a product out of Central High School here in Burlington, and he dominated the high school league for many years.
Wide receiver, Jerry Dirksen leaves the field. Muirhead coming out now. Muirhead will go wide right. Jeff Hodgson, the slot on the right-hand side. Bresden going back to pass. Looking downfield, a long pass, and it is knocked down. Once again intended for Corey Lang. But this time it was knocked down by number 80, Curtis Bell, who was stride for stride. And you can see both Bell and Muirhead having some discussions about the officiating. Bresden, a beautiful passer. Look at that long ball, just airing it out, and you can see Bell just knock it down.
Well, the wide receiver also for the Ticats showed a little bit of good closing speed there, as that ball almost could have been completed.
Ball on the Okanagan 36-yard line.
Well, one of the things we heard about the Okanagan Sun before this game was that they play a lot of ball control. And 45 and 50-yard passes you don't consider as ball control. So once again, Graham, who made a saving tackle, which would have been a touchdown.
Well, it's obvious this Sun team feels they can throw on this Burlington team.
There's an injured Ticat out in the field. That's why they're waiting for this punt. Again, we do not have access to a clock as of right now. Be third down and about 9 yards to go. The ball right about on the, almost dead on the 35-yard line.
See Corey Delaney. He's coming off the field. He seems to be okay. Give him a series. He'll be right back in there.
He's the Delaney who returned that missed field goal. So Graham back to punt now. Mark Heise on the far side. Graham goes up, takes it down. It's picked up and heading to the right-hand side now is Breesley.
Mark Brookley on the return.
A little bit of extracurricular activity once again.
Well, I think we're going to see that most of this game. Breesley takes the ball out, and so the Ticats will take over the ball 1st and 10, somewhere about their own 49-yard line.
61, Glenn Foles on the tackle.
Good field position for the Tiger Cats. Hopefully they'll get to a little bit of a ground game and try and control the defense a little bit more than putting the ball up early.
Glenn Foles making the stop.
There's about 8 minutes left in the first quarter.
Well, you just heard about 8 minutes to go, and I think they have the clock going now, but I think they're going to wait until the beginning of the second half. There's nothing on it. Whole lot of zeros. And a handoff and straight ahead.
Dixon on the carry.
That's Dixon once again. He only got a couple of yards. And moving in defensively from their linebacking positions, it's Greg Shane. Peter White also involved.
Darcy Kilba on the tackle.
Darcy Kilba involved. So it's 2nd and 8.
Swarming defense there by Okanagan.
It's part of their game plan. They know they have to stop the offense of this junior Ticats team, and in particular, number 28, Orville Dixon. Over the ball now, the center is Wade Holman. Walshy, the long pass, and it's over everybody's head. It was intended for number 80, Curtis Bell. Spencer McLennan.
51-yard line.
No problems at all defensively there as the ball was overthrown. And that'll set up 3rd down. And, one of the comments that the CFL is talking about right now is whether they should go to 4-down ball, and I'm one that's in favor of it.
Definitely. I think it adds a little bit more excitement to the game. A little bit less punting, which tends to slow down the game, I feel.
Andrew Rawls now will punt.
Rawls back to punt.
Good long kick. It is going to be McLennan, who picks the ball up about his 20, trying to get to the outside. And he is around the corner, coming down the sidelines, and he is finally dragged down by number 25.
It's Brian Matthews with a saving tackle there, as you saw a burst of speed there.
Well, they tell us McLennan is the wheels of this team, and we were talking before to the radio people out of Kelowna who are here to do the game being broadcast live back to the Okanagan Valley. And there you see Doug Trimble. He is the head coach of the Burlington Junior Ticats, school principal in the city of Hamilton. So Okanagan now coming out over the ball with Bresden calling the signals. A little toss, and this is Grado. Grado trying to get to the outside. A good block. And finally he was taken down. It was Muirhead who made a great block. Mike Capiello making the stop from his inside linebacking position.
Capiello's just been all over the field this afternoon.
First down for the Sun on their own 38-yard line. Still no score as the first quarter winds down. It's probably about 5 minutes to go now. We're operating without a clock. There's a pitch wide to Grado again. There's a flag in the play. And Grado gets away this time, going down the sidelines, and finally is tripped up. Number 37, Bruce Dixon, making the stop for the Ticats.
We have a flag on the play.
That's got to be in holding country.
It's in holding
It is
country.
indeed.
I think that one's coming all the way back and add 10 more to that.
The call is
Going
holding
backwards.
against Kelowna.
So it was Marasco and Navy. Let's see if we can find the holding, Clint. Ball is taken back. Here it is now. Well, there you can see
Now,
number
first and 20
55.
from the Okanagan 29-yard line.
Number 55 of the Sun is Todd Graham. And he dragged down right in the middle of the defensive line for the Ticats, Vince Valvano. So the ball on this side, it'll be second and first and 20. Going back to pass, a little quick out.
Dresden's pass is complete.
Complete to Tom Wixon, number 74.
Number 74, Tom
Wixon. He plays the left wide receiver position.
73 for the Ticats. Trevor Bannatyne in there quickly on the tackle.
Gate of about 3 on the play.
Gain of about 7 on the play.
I'd say take that back. About 7. It'd be second and 13.
Any question in your mind if Breslin's going to put it up?
Here he goes again. This time he's looking left. And he drops in a great catch. Number 17 is Jeff Hodgson, the wide receiver. Hodgson, who plays the slot on the right-hand side. And it was
Goes out of bounds at center field.
Beautiful
center field.
reception
First and
by
10 in
Hodgson.
center field. What I was trying to do was find out who cleared coming down. Hodgson came in behind the clearing pattern. It was number 77. And that is Dirksen. Over the ball at center now. You see Jeff Ketter. Going left is Hodgson. He stops.
Glenn Nagy on the carry.
Nagy on the carry. Getting almost nothing. Much of
35,
the
Doc Caruso, and 38, Brian Dixon in on the tackle.
Dixon as well as
Gain of
Caruso.
about 2 on the play, making it second and 8. There's
Give them about 2
5
yards.
minutes
It'll be
left
second
in
and
the
8.
first
There
quarter.
you hear maybe the PA announcing that there are about 5 minutes remaining. We're at Nelson Stadium, the Canadian Junior Football Championships. I'm Don McMillan along with Clint O'Neill. No scoring in this first quarter. Both teams have given up the ball on fumbles. But the Sun have been a little more impressive offensively. This is Bresden now going back to pass. Throwing across and complete to Lang.
Dresden's pass is complete.
That's the type of pass we were expecting, where he just does it down and out instead of that long bomb. And another first down for the Sun.
Definitely there. It looked like Burlington got burned on the blitz right there. They sent 3 of their linebackers in there. Quarterback Bresden was hit after the play, but that's the fact. It was after the play.
Good job of reading the defense. Bresden's brother played for the University of Alberta Golden Bears 4 years at that quarterback position, so he's had a good teacher. Bresden back, fakes, gives it ahead down to Marasco, 32. And Marasco
Mike Marasco on the carry.
falls over the 35-yard line into
And
about
number
the
35,
34.
Cavalli on the tackle. Gain of about 7 yards on the play.
Well, there you heard it, 7 yards.
On the Burlington 34-yard line.
And I think we're seeing a little bit more of that controlled offense a little bit right now by the Sun offense. And I guess they...
Well, the more offense, the more they can control it, the better rest it gives their defense. Bresden now looking back and throwing once again and getting away down the sidelines and then finally forced out of bounds.
Marasco's pass is complete.
Number 17 is Jeff Hodgson.
Delaney on the saving tackle right there.
Pushed out of bounds by number 27, Corey Delaney.
Delaney having to come over and make the saving stop. And once again, what they're doing is that they're sending somebody straight down and just bringing somebody back in behind. And see if you can watch this now. There you can see.
They're throwing underneath the coverage this afternoon so far. The Burlington running defensive backs are giving about a 5 to 10 yard pad, and they're going to have to tighten things up, perhaps go man to man and watch these wide receivers. They are quick.
Bresden now fakes, gives it to Marasco. Marasco is pulled down right in the center of the line. Defensively, Number 45,
Tackled
Steve
by
Trevally,
61, Paul Kranick.
and 61, Paul Kranick.
Picks up about 3 on the play. Puts the ball on the
Kranick is not even 200 pounds, and yet he's playing defensive end for the Ticats, and he was one of the Ontario Football Conference All-Stars. The All-Stars announced just yesterday. A couple minutes, about 3 minutes now remaining in the first quarter. Gain of about 2 yards. There's Breston now looking for Lang. He throws it deep into the end zone, and it is knocked away.
A fantastic defensive play there made by Mr. Bell as he tipped the ball away at the very last moment.
Well, I think that you can show the respect that the Ticats have for Corey Lang, because they have probably the best athlete they've got in this team, number 80, Bell. Let's watch it again now.
Once again, you can take a look at the closing speed by Bell there. The ball looks like it's going to be almost complete, but there it goes. He tips it away.
Actually, that ball was just at the end line.
Would have been a close call.
So we have Rick Holmes in to try to get the first points on the scoreboard. He's a left-footed kicker.
He missed one earlier.
But not this time. He kicks it well and good. And so the Okanagan Sun
Holmes on that field goal.
pick up the first points of this game.
Making the score 3 for the Okanagan Sun.
About a 16-yard field goal.
Ticats.
And so the Ticats find themselves down 3 points, and the Sun drawing first blood in the last couple of minutes here of the first
Just a reminder
quarter. As
that
we
hamburgers and sausages are being served by the Rotary Club.
there's no
Underneath the
clock
flag.
as of right
East
now.
end of the stand.
Well, here we go right now. They're down 3-0, Burlington that is, and we're going to have to see a little bit of maturity on the part of the offense for Burlington. They're going to have to settle things down, get back to their own game plan.
The Ticats choose to take the ball 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line. Almonte and Dixon in the backfield. Walshy fakes to Dixon. He's going for the bundle right away to Bell, and it is
caught. A fantastic reception made by Curtis Bell. Tipped it twice and still came up with the reception.
Well, if you saw it, you don't need any explanation. He took the ball down to about the 15-yard line. Let's watch it again. There's a long pass. Good defense. Tip, follow the bouncing ball, and he takes it down to the 17-yard line where he's running a bounds there.
Reception by Curtis Bell.
59 yards on the pass play there.
Spencer McLennan, number 21, who made the play.
And
Nothing wrong with the defense, but the Ticats now in scoring position. They were there once before and fumbled the ball. Nazif Walshy, the quarterback, over the ball. Gives it to Orville Dixon. Dixon gets about 2 yards, maybe 3 on the play. Stopped on the inside of the line by number 65. And that is Jamie Bennett of the Okanagan Sun.
Jamie Brenner on the tackle.
What can I say? A fantastic reception. I still can't believe it to this moment.
From the 15-yard line.
You saw a little bit of Bell speed right there. Second down now, though, for the Cats.
Second, about 8 yards to go. Walshy barking out the signals. Rolling to his left. Decides to take off himself, and then he decides discretion's a better part of valor. Let's get out of there.
Walshy carries the ball.
He was taken down by number 52, Cal Nasdoli.
It appears he's going to be short.
Cal Nasdoli makes the tackle.
We might see Murdoch come in here to attempt a short
And the
field
minute
goal.
flag has just gone up.
That makes it 3rd and 6.
So Don Murdoch, number 18, is in.
We have the minute flag up for the first quarter.
Well, it's interesting that the big 2 offensive plays by the Ticats so far in this game have been a missed field goal returned about 75 yards and no points, and then a long reception that was bobbled but finally caught.
Will attempt the field goal.
So Murdoch is going to
20 yards.
20-yard attempt for Murdoch. Flags on the field. Looks like too much time.
Well, it may have been that one of the Okanagan Sun defensively from the outside, it looked like number 73 is Trevor Bannatyne, who jumped across the line, made contact,
And that's a costly mistake for Okanagan because that gives the Ticats first down and an opportunity to send this one in for 7 points.
They were going to try for 3. It's going to be interesting.
Mistake.
It's going to be very close to a first down. They're going to have to maybe measure for it. They moved the ball the 5 yards. They are going to measure.
And a little bit of controversy early in the first half. A timeout looks like it's going to be called. And they're going to talk about it with Mr. Trumbull.
They have a timeout for Burlington.
Looks like Burlington's going to be third down now and about a half a yard. And Trimble calls the timeout. The coach, of course, of the Western Canadian champions, the Okanagan Sun, is Lawrence Nagy. The other coaches are James Porteous, Darren Prowse, and David Nagy, along with Les Weiss, Blake Dean, and Darren Bresden.
Simpson! Coach Simpson! We got 12
Well, a little
guys
bit
out
of
there now.
talk.
He's not
Joker's
supposed to be
wild for you, Don. What do you do?
Well, there you see, they're calling for defensive
is Lou
coach
Rawls
Mike
on this?
Simpson.
No.
Who's 29? Oh, that's Shuey.
Hang on. Is Pellegrino there?
Now, they don't know the numbers any better than we do up here, Clint.
No. Yeah, okay.
What do you do, Don? I'm putting it on the line for you early.
Well, if the ball were in the 25, I'd kick a field goal. But with the ball right where it is, if you miss it, if you don't get a first down, obviously you're going for a half a yard. If you don't get a first down, then the Sun don't have an awful lot of field position to work from. And early in this game, trailing 3-0, I think it's. I don't think they're going to get a lot of chances to score. This Sun defense is too good. And Walgie goes straight ahead.
It's going to be
I don't know.
close. It's going to be close.
You can see defensively out there, Darren Jones, number 22 for the Sun, indicating that he doesn't think it is. Walgie kept the ball, went straight ahead, but he didn't go straight ahead very far.
It doesn't look like it at this moment. It's going to be really close.
He went right over the center. He went beside the center, Wade Holman, and the guards Jeff White and Brad
There will be
Carroll.
measurements for the first down.
The other offensive members of that line, Randy Nicholson, Jamie Lalonde, Bruce Thornton, and Curtis Bell.
Let's take a look. We're going to get right in there. This one's going to be close.
Doesn't look like it. Well, I don't know. They just straighten the chain out. Here we go, and it is not. And they lost
Burlington
it.
turns the ball over on the
And now they're
Okanagan
just
8-yard
laying
line.
into the officials. You can see number 51. You better be careful. Jeff White really laying into the officials for the placement of the ball. The quarterback, Walgie, is also complaining about the placement of the ball. I've got to believe he's not complaining about the measurement, only the placement of the ball. So the Sun now take over the ball, 1st and 10. It is just inside the 10-yard line, about the 9. The Okanagan Sun on a field goal by Rick Holmes lead this game 3-0 with the minute flag up here in the first quarter. Bresden, a pitch. This is Grado.
He
Trying to get
fumbles the
outside,
ball,
he
I think.
fumbles the ball, and the Burlington Ticats have recovered the ball.
Burlington recovered.
So you give me one, I'll give you one right back.
What can you say? That's the end of the first quarter. What a quarter.
Well, the Okanagan
Number
Sun, a
38,
17-yard
recovers the
field
ball.
goal by Rick Holmes. They lead this football game
That's
at the
the end of the
end
first
of the
quarter.
first quarter, and watch it again now.
He's met by a host of Burlington tacklers, and I think the ball got knocked loose there.
Well, the Okanagan Sun, as they change ends, lead this game 3-0. We'll be back with the second quarter in a moment. Walgie throws the ball away, and the referee indicating it is going to be right there. Walgie trying to pass, scrambling away, and he was taken down by number 75, Kilba. That's the second time he's done that. And so the Burlington Ticats with the 1st and 10 on the 15 now find it 1st and 10 on about the 36-yard line. So it was Kilba, number 75, maybe an appropriate name.
He is all over the quarterbacks this afternoon.
Watch
Let's
it
take a
here
look
now.
at it.
Here is the quarterback, Walgie, going back, fakes. Kilba, tremendous speed. Look at the speed. Well, actually, initially, he was taken down there by number 41, Peter White, who put the pressure on. Walgie now back, a little screen pass. Dixon trying to get away, and he is not going to get away. He doesn't even get back to the original line of scrimmage.
Tackled by number 52.
So when I was saying that the Okanagan Sun are not going to give you an awful lot of opportunities, it's just proven it there as they came up big defensively, and the Ticats now are going to find themselves in a third down, about a half an acre to go. They were on the 15. They're now on about the 39-yard line. And in the punt.
Mike Marasco there for the Sun was just all on a little bit of a safety blitz, I think, was just all over the quarterback again, and they're putting tremendous amount of heat on the Burlington quarterback.
Okanagan has called a timeout early in the second quarter. So the Okanagan Sun up by a score of 3-0. Neither team has given you the impression, certainly in the first quarter, that they want it very badly.
Well, I think defensively, I think the Sun look a little stronger right now. They seem to think that they can go after the quarterback, as we've seen a lot of pressure put on Walgie this afternoon so far.
Well, the Sun reached this Canadian final. They ended up 7-0-1 in their league. They beat Vancouver in the semifinals 53-21, then beat Richmond in the league final 42-7. And then they went in and took on the Saskatoon Hilltops, beat them 35-21. That's how they got to this Canadian championship. And it was the Hilltops that beat the Regina Rams. There's a long punt once again by Rawls. And trying to come this side is Brisley. And he is taken down. A good hit there before Brisley was taken down. And the tackle made by number 29.
Carl Shuey, that is. He came in and put the head right down.
Shuey, a former player with the Mount Allison University Mounties in Canada's Maritimes. 13:49 now remaining here in the second quarter as this clock is now operational. And the Okanagan Sun take over the ball 1st and 10. They're on their 14-yard line. In the backfield now, number 31 is Nagy, number 32, Marasco. There's a hit.
Pat Caruso, number 75 there, was just a little quick on the snap.
We ask the people standing around the field that have nothing to do with the team, please get back. Back into the stand.
Ed Kremenek, number 31, one of the running backs. Number 32 is Marasco. We haven't seen a lot of Glenn Nagy. Nagy led this team in running during the regular season, but we'd heard that there was a possibility he wouldn't play a lot.
Offside against Burlington.
Burlington, of course, offside as you indicated, so it'll set up 1st and 5, and they'll be about their own 20-yard line.
And what do you think? 1st and 5 is a pretty interesting down. You can either go downtown or you can just go for your 5 yards.
Not sure in the shadows of your goalpost. I think just get a 1st down. Trying to come from the outside, and a good defensive tackle there. Number 74 for Okanagan is Tom Wixon as he came on the flanker reverse.
Steve Trevally, number 45 for the Cats, read that beautifully as he wasn't fooled at all, as you saw.
So a loss of about 2 yards in the play.
Lost a couple yards in the play.
He's second and along 7, a short 8. I don't know whether you want to call it what, but the Sun not really running the ball well so far in this game. They passed exceedingly well. Both backfielders in motion. Bresden rolls to his right. The left-hander throws, and it's knocked away. Ball was short.
Bresden's pass falls incomplete.
Pass was intended for Jerry Dirksen. Ball was knocked down defensively by Corey Delaney. And so the Sun are going to have to punt and give us a chance to see that long pass again. Rolling out to his right, turning and throwing left, and you can see the ball was down and in. Setting up 3rd down and about 7, and the Sun are going to punt again. This is Rick Holmes. Holmes hasn't had a lot of success punting so far in this football game.
High snap.
Ball almost over his head. He pulls it down, decides he's going to go away with it, and he could get a 1st down here, and he does.
Rick Holmes makes a run.
So Holmes had no choice because it was going to be blocked. He ran with the ball, and he picks up a 1st down.
48, Sean Cole.
Number 25, Brian Matthews for the Tiger Cats. If we're going to get a look at it again, had an opportunity to tackle him.
He gains enough on the run for a 1st down.
But a missed tackle was shown, revealed there.
Here, it almost goes over his head. Look at the jumped up, and then I'm sure he felt it was going to be
Ball
blocked.
on
It
the
would have
road.
been, I'm certain.
28-yard line, 1st and 10.
And a good job by Holmes, who finally gets knocked down. Who says kickers can't run? Bresden back to pass. A quick out, and it's thrown away
Bresden pass falls
from Jeff
incomplete.
Hodgson.
That one just as well be incomplete. Brian Keating was all over him and would have held him down to a very minimal gain.
The only scoring in this game so far is 17-yard field goal by Rick Holmes in the first quarter. And the Okanagan Sun lead the Burlington Ticats 3-0 with 11:47 remaining in the second quarter of this Canadian Junior Football Championship from Nelson Stadium in Burlington, Ontario. Bresden now back. Morasco, Kremenick. They slide up into the line. He goes back again. There's going to flag and a play.
He's wide
Long
open.
pass and wide open. Breaking down is Hodgson, and he's going to go all the way for the touchdown. And let's see the flags.
Wilson's pass is complete to number 17, Jeff Hodgson. Goes all the way for the touchdown.
I think what happened there
We
was
have a flag and a
that
flag.
And it's going
Coming
all
back.
the way back, though, once again.
I think what happened was that number 31, Kremenick, the running back,
The call is illegal procedure.
I think he moved up and got too close to the line.
Let's see if we can see
See
it.
if we can see it. Now watch Kremenick. Now you'll see him on the left-hand side. Now watch him move right up. Well, he's it's 74 move before the ball was snapped. That is Tom Wixon. Wixon had a little. Well, there you can see it. He's going for the touchdown anyway as number 17.
Hodgson had some
Hodgson,
wheels.
he can move.
All for naught, though.
Well,
And we're seeing a lot of this afternoon. I'm a little bit surprised.
that isn't a 5-yard penalty. That's a 70-yard penalty.
Oh,
And that hurts. Bresden now rolling to his right. There's a penalty again, and that's going to be holding. And wide open is Muirhead. And I think it's going to come back again. The Okanagan Sun with tremendous ability to find that open space in between, and that's what they're doing. And great job by Bresden. And let's see what's going to happen now.
this
Rough
one's
is-
against Burlington. That's going to be...
Well, it's objectionable conduct against Okanagan. Rough play against the Ticats. They're just going to do it all over again. They just wash themselves out.
both of these teams have to settle down a little bit because the penalties are certainly hurting each one of the teams right now to this
We have
point.
penalties on both teams.
Perhaps the coaches will have a little talk with them and let's get to some football.
Burlington loses 5 yards on the exchange of penalties.
So the Burlington Ticats, theirs is worth 5 more, so it's 5 yards marked off against
Now,
them.
1st and 10, Okanagan.
It'll be first
on
and
their own
10 for
29-yard line.
Okanagan. It's about the 20-yard line. The make that the 29-yard line as Bresden now goes over the ball at center. Jeff Keeter, the center. Bresden looking, and a quick out. Once
Bresden's
again,
pass.
goes to
Complete,
Wixon.
74, Tom Wixon.
He's driven out of bounds. Defensively there, number
Tackled by
66.
number 37, Bruce Dixon.
Well, Dixon, 37, made the stop. Also involved was
Yeah, they have a
66,
flag.
John Budworth, rather.
Dixon
10:43 remaining.
Dixon getting a lot of work this afternoon as we've seen. They're running a little bit of a zone defense against the passing game of the Sun.
Well, I think the one thing you've got to say is that the Burlington offense is not going to be tired, and the Sun defense isn't going to be all that tired either. Shane Bresden calling the play, a handoff straight ahead.
Torrey Grano on the carry.
John Budsworth in on the tackle quickly. So
Looking
Burlington.
to see, it is Morasco, number 32, who carried the ball. Gain of about
66, John Budworth on the tackle.
enough for a first
That gives
down.
them a first down.
Gain of just about a yard and a half, but that's all they need. And now the control offense goes into play. Number 32 is Morasco. Number 31, you saw him there as well, is Kremenick.
Bresden's pass is complete.
And a pass across the middle again. And the Ticat off defense is going to have to do something about these short passes, but with the tremendous speed
with the tremendous speed, you have to give them respect and can't really play man-to-man that much. You're playing a zone defense, as I said earlier, and they're finding the seam in the zone.
Hodgson, Muirhead, Wixon, Lang, all have received passes this afternoon, so he's spreading it around. Bresden now once again back to pass and breaking it. Almost getting away, and if he'd have gone away, that could have been Corey Lang, and he was doing a, well, they call it a post or a slant in, and he was wide open.
It would have been a foot race between Bell and Lang there. That was once again wide open. They're finding the seam in the zone, and they're throwing underneath the coverage, and it's working perfectly. If that ball was caught, could have been a little bit of
and
serious
I think
yardage.
those quick passes also take away the effect of the rush because they're throwing within about 2 seconds of the snap of the ball. Once again, Bresden back to pass. He's going to throw again, a little longer this time, and once again, it's complete over on the other side to Jeff Hodgson.
To number 10.
Actually, that's Muirhead. They were both over there.
Corey Delaney on the tackle.
Delaney had to knock him out of bounds, and the Sun are just taking the ball down piece by piece, and this is their game plan today.
And what it's doing is keeping the Burlington defense on the field for a good amount of time.
The ball down to the Burlington.
Oh, we talked earlier about the wind, and the wind is picking up a little bit, but it's still blowing across the field. So as of now, it is not a factor in this football game. Bresden is going to pass again. He's looking for Lang, but then he just dumps one across the middle. This is Marasco. Marasco getting away, and he's going to go for a touchdown.
The number 32.
No flags this time.
For the touchdown.
So Marasco taking a little dump pass across the middle. He did break one tackle from Corey Delaney, and he went in for the touchdown.
Missed tackles hurt the Burlington defense
yards.
there. The missed tackles playing an important part there.
Well, you see some of the fans, there are not a lot of fans here from the west, but there are some. Okay, let's watch it again now. Just a little dump pass, and watch Marasco just slipping out. There he is there. Delaney unable to make the stop. Another tackle missed and into the end zone for 30-some yards, 37-yard touchdown.
Rodney Taylor.
The ball is up and good by Rick Holmes.
Rodney Taylor with the Ticats a key.
Nothing.
Missed tackle there for the Cats as he could have been contained early.
So 32, Marasco going for a touchdown. Holmes kicking the point after, and with 9:10 now remaining here in the second quarter, it's now 10-0 for the Okanagan Sun, and this crowd is quiet. Good crowd here. This stadium holds about 5,000. It is part of Nelson High School here in Burlington. And it'll be Holmes again, and this time he's going to be kicking off towards the west.
Tell a big one, guys.
And you just heard somebody say, let's have a big one, and I think that there's no question that if the Burlington Ticats are going to get into this game, they're going to have to score something before the end of the first half. The Okanagan Sun now with a big touchdown lead. This game's 10-0. Here comes Green now.
Rick Holmes, the kick.
Waiting for official to get off, and here it goes. The whistle indicates that they're going to do it all over again. Mark High is one of those back to receive the kickoff. The other is number 34, Glenn Nagy.
You stay straight.
Take that back.
You stay straight in that seam. That's where he'll throw. That's where he threw that last time. I know it was a post, but you
Nagy plays for the team in the white. Number 34, Joe Almonte. Oh, the fans getting on the officials for no reason. 9:10 remaining here in the second quarter.
As we'll do it all over again.
There it goes again. Good high kick.
Oh,
and unable to call for it. Ball bounces away, and there's going to be a single point conceded.
I think definitely the safest thing to do in that situation.
Number 34, Almonte cut in front of Hayes. Highs finally went back and conceded a single point.
That makes the score.
It's 11-0 now.
11. The Burlington
Early mistakes hurting Burlington.
So Rick Holmes has not only kicked 5 points in this game, but he avoided having a punt blocked and ran for a key first down. From that point on, the Sun took the ball right down and scored a touchdown. So he's made his presence felt here in this first half at Nelson Stadium. The Ticat offense over the ball at center. The center is Wade Hallman. Nazif Walji is the quarterback. Gives straight ahead to Orville Dixon. And Dixon goes.
Gerald Nachi on the carry.
Actually, it's Almonte took the ball.
And Don, you got to wonder if Dixon is playing going both ways, of course, offensively and defensively, if that's going to hurt his game at all.
No, I think Curtis Bell is going both ways, but I don't think Dixon is. Dixon is number 28. Well, he's been out there occasionally, but he is the running back. But certainly, what did he have? He had, just trying to find the stats on him, he had 913 yards rushing in 18 games. Walshy almost falls, tries to get away. Goes almost to the 50-yard line.
Looks to be
It'll be a first down. Walshy slipped trying to set up for the pass and decided to scoot with it instead. He went to the 49-yard line.
Unfortunately, you got to watch out for those slips, pulled groins, and Burlington can dearly afford that.
Ray Mino, the nose guard, making the stop, number 72. So it's 1st and 10. Some changes now offensively on the offensive line for the Ticats as they try to get something going here in the first half. Walshy over the ball. Almonte and Dixon are in the backfield. This is Almonte again, getting to the outside and going to midfield stripe. A gain of about almost 6 yards in the play. He's pulled down there by number 56, Ken Perry, the outside linebacker.
Saw a little bit of a burst of speed from Almonte as he was able to find the hole and gain 6 yards on the carry.
Maybe other than that scamper by Walshy, the biggest offensive running play that the Ticats have had this afternoon. Blocking in that right-hand side were Bruce Thornton and Brad Cairns.
Come on, don't sprint to the line.
Walshy now. This is Dixon. Dixon doesn't go anywhere as he's brought down. And obviously with Dixon, if they're going to run with Dixon, they've got to get the offensive blocking, and they're not getting it. And they're also getting some great defensive work from Jamie Bennett, Roy Mino, and Kilba. The front three. The Sun play a 3-4-5, but in reality it's almost a 7-5 the way they line up defensively.
Looks like they were coming once again there to perhaps they thought they were going to pass there, but Dixon was contained.
A loss of about 2. It'll be 3rd and 6, and as a result, it's going to be Andrew Rawls back to punt again. The wind's starting to pick up. It's still not a problem. It's a nice day here in this November season here in Burlington, Ontario.
It's blocked.
Rawls took his time. The ball was blocked, and the Sun are going to get the ball just outside the 45-yard line. Rawls almost looked like he was trying to read who signed the ball.
Rawls received a good snap there. Perhaps we'll take a look at it again. Took a little bit, perhaps a little bit long.
Hardy blocked the ball.
Let's take a look at it. Takes a little bit of time on the delivery. 3 steps.
You couldn't see it, but it was 71 Hardy who blocked it. So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Sun on the 49 with 6:23 remaining here in the first half, and the Sun leading this game by a score of 11-0 and trying to add more. Bresden back, a long throw, and Corey Lang couldn't get it. And I'll tell you, Bell was in a position right there where he could have intercepted that ball had it been better throwing. The ball was throwing short, so it'll be 2nd and 10 for the Sun.
Looks like the Sun are looking to put this one away early, perhaps going along.
Over the ball at center. You saw him there was number 50, Jeff Ketter. Bresden now back to pass again. Gets away from the blitz, and he gets outside, and he's going to go for a first down, and then he tumbles. Takes exception to the way he was hit, I think, but he fell for the first down.
shook a tackle there from Vince Valvano and was able to pick up first down yardage.
Watch it again now. Watch him get away from the blitz. Good job picking it up there by the offensive line. And Bresnan finally just falls down to avoid being hit hard.
75 Pat Caruso had an opportunity to get him, but obviously the quarterback got away.
Bresnan now over the ball at center, calling the signals. Lang wide left. Marasco on the move, giving straight ahead now to Meredith, and he got thundered, but he still kept on going. That's Kremenek, number 31. So it's Kremenek and Marasco in the backfield.
37, Bruce Dixon on the tackle.
Dixon making the stop. Kremenek going for about 7, almost 8 yards in the play.
Puts the ball on the 30-yard line.
Well, this Okanagan Sun team is showing a very finely balanced offense, and that's exactly what we heard about them, and they certainly haven't disappointed us.
And we've seen their passing game, and their running game looks pretty tough as well.
There's a pass across the middle, complete for what could be another first down, and see if we can pick up who that ball went to.
President's pass is complete to number 17.
Well, there you heard it there, number 17, Hodgson. So Bresnan is, he started off the game trying to throw the long bomb. He completed one, but the ball was fumbled. He's throwing a couple of other long bombs, but in reality, he's throwing those short 12-yard, 10, 12-yard passes.
He's finding the cushion, as I said, in the seam of the zone, and it's working to their advantage.
1st and 10 in the 21 for the Sun.